I'm so thrilled and excited to be here, and I want to thank C-SPAN for covering the National Book Festival. We have a beautiful sunny day, and I hope the camera shows behind me how huge the crowds are. I'm so excited about that.
And one thing to remember about exceptional presidents, can't be said too often, is that they are the exception.
Thank you all for coming today. This is a wonderful event. It's been said that heaven is a library. Well, if that's the case, heaven has gone outside today, and we're in heaven of this National Book Festival.
Young people are not the leaders for tomorrow. I felt at that time, and I think you must say to yourself, I am a youth leader for today, and see what I can do.
That was an article for The Atlantic trying to show that we had this red-blue map, but when you actually went and interviewed people, the divide was not a chasm. The divide was a little divide. And there were political scientists were just in town. The idea that the country itself is as polarized as Washington is just wrong. I don't know a single political scientist who believed that.
And I hope that all people will realize that whatever they've done in life is something that ought to be recorded and ought to be passed on to next generations. That's the way we learn. We learn for the future by trying to understand the past. And all of us have a past.
When you talked about when they were invading Saipan, Tinian, and Guam, you really only focused on Saipan. You didn't really talk that much about Guam and Tinian. So why did you do that?
You know, this is a great question. It goes to the heart of almost all the questions that we've been talking about, and it's actually to the point. We realized that there was no way we could tell the whole story. There's no way we could be short of an encyclopedia or having a story read like the telephone book, and of course, the telephone book is not a story, to list and do justice to everything.
I think all the opportunities are open for women now. When I was in law school, I graduated in 1967, there were 13 women in my class of 500. Today, the law schools are 50-50.
I think the key to understanding what TR did is he never liked people that put profit above the public good. And his view was these parks and wilderness areas belonged to the American people for generations unborn, and they needed to be handed on as places to awaken the spirit.
I made a career out of my love for books. And to help spread that love, I helped to found the Texas Book Festival and then the National Book Festival. But while I love reading, I never thought I would write a book, certainly not one about myself.
The goal is in some ways a sense of, for the book is a sense of urgency to go to the oldest people in our families and to find them and to get the stories before it's too late. To be able to, I mean, I've had father and a daughter, I remember in Los Angeles, who both came together, and after hearing the talk and hearing about the book, the daughter said to the father, I'm taking you to the coffee shop now and you're going to tell me the stories.
I think when history looks back, it says that 30+ million people were added to the health insurance rolls through his health insurance bill. That's going to be quite a change, quite a, you know, Martin Luther King said, the moral arc of the universe bends slowly, but it bends towards justice. I think that was a bending towards justice. There are things wrong with the health care bill, but you know what Johnson would have said? He said it about the Civil Rights Bill, which was also a very flawed bill. He said the important thing is to pass it. Once you pass it, it's easier to go back and fix it.
And I believe the narrative historian's true calling is to bring back the dead. I try to do that not only with the outsized figures you're familiar with, the Eisenhowers and Pattons of the war, but also others who are less familiar, like Generals Ted Roosevelt Jr.
At this stage of my life, I don't think I can afford 10 years on Millard Fillmore or Franklin Pierce. And there's no big person, you know, to go back to easily. So I'm bringing all my guys in the room at the same time, and I'm going to write about leadership. I mean, that's really what I care about underneath it all. So it'll be, oh, thank you. We're just starting.
C-SPAN is going to have questions called in from C-SPAN, and C-SPAN will now answer.